Have you ever wondered why some of the greatest transformations in life happen in silence? Why the most impactful changes occur without fanfare, just like a sunrise that quietly lights up the entire world? The answer might surprise you. Silence creates space for growth. It shields our dreams, allowing them to take root without interference. In today's noisy culture, we're tempted to share every goal and plan. But could this be holding us back? Stay with us as we uncover why the most successful paths often begin in quiet determination. And before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more inspirational content that empowers your journey. Success, much like nature, thrives in stillness. Think of a seed. It's buried deep in darkness, silent and unseen. Yet beneath the surface, it's building roots preparing for a breakthrough. Similarly, when we nurture our goals in silence, we give them the strength to withstand challenges. But there's a catch in today's world. Oversharing has become second nature. It feels good to declare, "I'm starting a new business," or "this year, I'm finally writing that book." The applause we get in response feels validating. Yet here's the paradox. Talking about your goals too early can trick your mind into believing you've already accomplished something, reducing the drive to take real action. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Never mistake motion for action." This timeless wisdom reminds us that words, while powerful, cannot replace effort. Every time we talk about a goal prematurely, we lose a bit of the energy needed to achieve it. Imagine pouring water into multiple containers at once. You dilute the force that could drive you forward. Silence, on the other hand, concentrates that energy, fueling consistent and focused action. In the Bible, Joseph serves as a poignant example. In Genesis, he shared his divine dreams with his brothers, expecting encouragement. Instead, he was met with envy and betrayal. His story reminds us that not everyone will celebrate the dreams placed in our hearts. Some may misunderstand, others may doubt, and a few might actively oppose them. By sharing prematurely, Joseph exposed his vision to criticism it wasn't ready to withstand. Likewise, when we unveil our plans too early, we risk encountering doubts that may shake our resolve. People might question our capabilities, intentions, or even the validity of our dreams, planting seeds of hesitation that can grow into barriers. This is where silence becomes a strategy. By holding our plans close, we create a safe space for our visions to grow, protected from outside noise and judgment. Nehemiah exemplified this when he felt called to rebuild Jerusalem's walls. Instead of announcing his mission immediately, he spent time in prayer, preparation, and quiet assessment. His discretion wasn't secrecy, it was wisdom. He shielded his vision until it was strong enough to withstand scrutiny. As we reflect on these examples, it's important to note that silence isn't about distrust or secrecy. It's about focus and discipline. When we talk too much about our plans, we open the floodgates to distractions. Unsolicited advice, conflicting opinions, and misplaced encouragement can easily derail us. Suddenly, we're trying to please others or justify our goals instead of staying true to the purpose that inspired us. The dream begins to lose its clarity, and we lose the momentum that's so crucial in the early stages. Momentum is a precious force. It's what turns small, consistent actions into extraordinary results. Yet, talking about our plans can drain this force. Think of it as a balloon. Each word about your intentions lets out a bit of air. Over time, the balloon deflates, leaving you without the drive to act. Proverbs 14 verse 23 offers timeless wisdom. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Words may inspire, but only actions bring transformation. Jesus himself modeled this principle. In Mark 1 verses 35 to 39, he often withdrew to quiet places to pray and prepare. He didn't need to explain every step of his mission to others. His actions spoke for themselves. By focusing on the work and not the commentary, Jesus achieved a purpose that changed the world. This approach is a powerful reminder for us to prioritize doing over talking, results over announcements. When we act in silence, we preserve momentum. Quiet progress allows us to experiment, learn from mistakes, and refine our approach without the weight of public expectation. Like an athlete training for a marathon, it's not about explaining every stride but staying committed to the practice. Consistency builds strength. Over time, the results of quiet work become undeniable, speaking louder than any words ever could. This brings us to an essential truth. Success doesn't come from applause. It comes from discipline. In Matthew 7 verse 6, Jesus warns against casting pearls before swine, reminding us to protect what is precious. Your dreams are sacred pearls, and not everyone will value or understand them. When you share them too freely, you risk exposing them to doubt, envy, and discouragement. Silence, then, becomes an act of stewardship, guarding the vision God has placed in your heart. As we close this first part of our journey, think about the seeds of greatness within you. Are you nurturing them in quiet focus, or are you scattering them with premature announcements? Remember, silence isn't emptiness, it's preparation. It's the fertile ground where dreams grow roots strong enough to reach the sky. Now that we've laid the foundation for why silence is crucial to nurturing success, let's delve deeper into how your actions can become your loudest voice. In a world where announcements are celebrated more than achievements, the discipline of letting results speak for themselves is a transformative shift. If you're finding inspiration so far, make sure to like this video and share it with someone who needs encouragement. Let's dive into the next part. Far too often, we fall into the trap of seeking recognition before the work is complete. We drop hints about our plans, hoping for validation or applause. But here's the problem. Words, no matter how compelling, have a short lifespan. People may hear them, but without action to back them up, those words are easily forgotten. Results, on the other hand, linger. They have substance, permanence, and a power that words cannot match. Jesus understood this principle deeply. In John 10 verse 25, he said, "The works I do in my Father's name testify about me." His miracles, teachings, and sacrificial love were his testimony. He didn't need elaborate explanations or constant declarations of his intentions. His actions spoke for themselves, and the impact of those actions transformed lives and reshaped history. When we let our results lead the way, we tap into this undeniable strength. A completed work of business launched, a book written, a goal achieved requires no justification. It stands on its own, a testament to focus, perseverance, and purpose. Think of a farmer tending his fields. While others spend their time talking about the lush gardens they'll have one day, the farmer is working in silence. He's learning new techniques, applying them, and carefully nurturing his crops. When harvest time comes, his abundance speaks for itself. He doesn't need to explain what he's been doing, his results tell the story. Contrast this with someone who talks endlessly about their plans, but takes little action. Their garden remains barren, a dream that never left the realm of words. This is why it's so important to resist the urge to announce every step of your process. Sharing prematurely creates expectations, and those expectations can become burdens. People begin watching, questioning, and even judging your progress. This scrutiny can add pressure that distracts you from your original purpose. But when you work quietly, you free yourself from these external demands. You can focus entirely on the task at hand, refining your craft until it's ready to shine. Discretion is a powerful tool in this process. It's not about secrecy, it's about wisdom. It's about understanding that not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. As Jesus teaches in Matthew 7 verse 6, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs." Your dreams are sacred pearls, and not everyone is equipped to value or support them. By being selective about what you share and with whom, you protect your vision from unnecessary interference. Nehemiah offers a compelling example of this. When God placed the vision of rebuilding Jerusalem's walls in his heart, he didn't rush to broadcast it. Instead, he prayed, planned, and quietly assessed the work that needed to be done. Nehemiah 2 verse 12 tells us, "I did not tell anyone what my God had put in my heart to do for Jerusalem." His discretion allowed him to prepare thoroughly and avoid distractions. When the time came to act, his focus and preparation led to remarkable success. This wisdom is especially vital in today's culture of oversharing. Social media invites us to share every milestone, every intention, every fleeting thought. But as we've seen, talking about your plans can create the illusion of progress. The applause feels good in the moment, but it can reduce your sense of urgency to act. This is the trap of false momentum. You feel like you've accomplished something simply by announcing it, but in reality, you're no closer to your goal. Success, like the rhythm of a river, thrives on steady, focused effort. Imagine two people setting out to create a masterpiece. One spends 30 minutes every morning painting, quietly honing their skills. The other spends the same time talking about the masterpiece they'll create someday. Months later, one has a finished work to show for their efforts, while the other is still lost in conversations about potential. This is the difference between preserving momentum and squandering it on words. So how can we protect our momentum? It starts with guarding our focus. Instead of proclaiming your goals, write them down. Keep them close. Commit to small, consistent steps each day that move you closer to your vision. Let your results be your announcement. When you resist the urge to explain every detail of your plans, you create space for the discipline of action. Success isn't about how loudly you declare your intentions. It's about how faithfully you work toward them. Jesus modeled this beautifully. In Mark 1 verse 35, we see him retreating to solitary places to pray and prepare. His focus was unwavering. He didn't seek validation through words or the approval of the crowd. He moved with purpose, letting his actions reveal his mission. This quiet resolve empowered him to fulfill his purpose, undeterred by public opinion or opposition. As we navigate a world full of noise and distractions, this principle becomes even more important. Quiet focus creates a protective shield around your vision. It allows you to experiment, fail, and grow without the added pressure of external expectations. When you work in silence, you give yourself the freedom to refine your ideas until they're strong enough to withstand scrutiny. Think of it like a greenhouse for your dreams. Just as young plants thrive in a controlled environment, shielded from harsh elements, your goals need a space where they can grow without interference. By cultivating this space, you allow your vision to develop fully before it's exposed to the world. In closing, remember that success doesn't come from applause or recognition. It's forged in the quiet, steady rhythm of purposeful work. When you focus on the process instead of the spotlight, your results will speak louder than any words ever could. Discretion isn't secrecy, it's wisdom in action. It's the ability to discern what to share, when to share it, and with whom. Too often, we're tempted to overshare our dreams, seeking approval or validation. But this can backfire, as not everyone is equipped to nurture, understand, or support the visions placed in your heart. Your dreams are precious, like pearls, and not everyone will treat them as such. This principle is captured beautifully in Matthew 7 verse 6. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. It's a reminder to value your vision and guard it from those who may not appreciate its significance. When you share prematurely, you open the door to criticism, envy, and distractions that can derail your progress. Well-meaning friends may offer conflicting advice, pulling you in too many directions. Others, motivated by doubt or fear, may plant seeds of discouragement. Even a casual remark, spoken without malice, can echo in your mind and erode your confidence. This is why discretion is so vital. It allows you to build quietly, free from unnecessary interference. Consider the story of Nehemiah once again. When God placed the vision of rebuilding Jerusalem's walls in his heart, Nehemiah didn't announce it to everyone. Instead, he prayed, prepared, and assessed the situation in silence. Nehemiah 2 verse 12 tells us, I set out during the night with a few others. I had not told anyone what my God had put in my heart to do for Jerusalem. His discretion wasn't about mistrust. It was about creating space for focused action. By keeping his plans private, he avoided distractions and preserved the integrity of his vision. This approach is especially relevant in today's world of constant sharing. Social media encourages us to broadcast every step of our journey, but this can invite a flood of opinions and expectations that cloud our focus. When you guard your plans, you reduce the noise around you. You're not answering questions, defending your choices, or explaining your vision to skeptics. Instead, you're channeling all your energy into the work itself. Discretion also gives you the freedom to fail quietly. Every great success is built on a foundation of learning and growth, and this often involves mistakes along the way. When you share your plans too early, failures can feel magnified under the spotlight of public scrutiny. But when you work in silence, you have the space to experiment, learn, and refine your ideas without fear of judgment. This freedom is essential for creativity and innovation. Think of a sculptor working on a masterpiece. The studio is quiet, the work deliberate. No one sees the rough drafts or discarded pieces along the way. But when the curtain is finally pulled back, the world is captivated by the finished statue. The silence wasn't emptiness, it was preparation. The same is true for your dreams. The quiet moments of focus and effort are what shape your vision into something extraordinary. Another aspect of discretion is recognizing the value of timing. Just because you have a great idea doesn't mean it's the right time to share it. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 reminds us, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Trusting God's timing allows you to move with purpose, rather than rushing ahead and exposing your plans prematurely. Waiting isn't wasting its preparation. When the time is right, your results will speak louder than any announcement ever could. As you embrace discretion, it's also important to protect your focus. Set boundaries around your time and energy, and be intentional about where you direct your efforts. In a world full of distractions, this can be challenging, but it's essential for maintaining momentum. When you resist the urge to share every detail of your journey, you free yourself to focus on the actions that truly matter. Like an archer drawing a bow, you aim with precision, undistracted by noise or doubt. Jesus himself modeled this principle throughout his ministry. He often withdrew to quiet places to pray and prepare, shielding his mission from premature exposure. In Luke 5 verse 16, we see this rhythm. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. His quiet focus allowed him to move with clarity and purpose, undeterred by public opinion or opposition. This is a powerful example for us as we pursue our own God-given visions. Letting go of the need for validation is another key to practicing discretion. When you stop seeking applause, you shift your focus from pleasing others to fulfilling your purpose. This mindset frees you from the pressure of constant justification. You no longer feel the need to explain your every move or defend your dreams. Instead, you're able to pour all your energy into the work itself, trusting that the results will speak for you. This principle is beautifully illustrated in the story of a farmer who worked tirelessly in silence. While others talked about their plans, he focused on planting, watering, and nurturing his crops. When harvest time came, his results were undeniable. He didn't need to explain his efforts; his abundant harvest said it all. This is the power of quiet focus. When you let your actions do the talking, you command respect and admiration without ever having to demand it. As we reflect on these truths, consider how you can apply them to your own journey. Are there areas where you've been sharing too much, too soon? Are you allowing distractions or external expectations to pull you away from your vision? If so, take a step back and create space for quiet focus. Write down your goals, commit to small daily actions, and trust the process. Remember, success doesn't come from validation, it comes from discipline. In closing, discretion is a gift that allows your dreams to grow without interference. By guarding your plans, you preserve their sacredness and protect them from doubt, distraction, and discouragement. When the time is right, your results will shine brighter than any words ever could. Success thrives in quiet focus. Think of a potter shaping clay. Each movement is deliberate, precise, and undistracted. There's no need for applause during the process because the beauty will emerge in its time. The same principle applies to our dreams. When we work quietly and consistently, we create an environment where growth can flourish. Noise and distractions only scatter our energy, but silence concentrates it, allowing us to move with purpose. The world around us often pulls us in the opposite direction. Social media encourages constant updates, and we're tempted to share every small step for validation. But here's the truth. The more we focus on explaining our progress, the less time and energy we have to actually make progress. Imagine a runner stopping every few minutes to describe the race instead of moving toward the finish line. The momentum is broken, the rhythm disrupted, and the goal feels further away. Jesus modeled the discipline of quiet focus throughout his life. In Luke 5, verse 16, we see him withdrawing to quiet places to pray, refocus, and prepare for his next steps. His focus wasn't divided by external pressures or the need for public approval. He moved with clarity and intentionality, letting his actions speak for themselves. This quiet resolve allowed him to fulfill his purpose with unwavering commitment, a powerful example for us to follow. When you embrace quiet focus, you also create space for failure, learning, and growth. Success is rarely a straight path, it's a journey of trial and error. By keeping your work private in its early stages, you give yourself the freedom to experiment without fear of judgment. You can learn from your mistakes, refine your approach, and build a stronger foundation for the future. This freedom is a gift, one that can only be fully appreciated when you're not weighed down by external expectations. Consider the difference between a river and a flood. A flood spreads chaotically, causing destruction and wasting its energy. A river, on the other hand, flows with purpose, carving valleys and shaping landscapes. It's the focused power of the river that creates lasting impact, and this is the kind of focus we should aim for in our own pursuits. Quiet, steady effort directed toward a single goal is what transforms potential into results. This focus also requires discipline. It's not easy to resist the urge to share your progress or seek validation, but the rewards are worth it. When you protect your time and energy, you can channel them into the work that truly matters. This discipline is like building a greenhouse for your dreams. Inside, your vision can grow strong, shielded from the storms of doubt, distraction, and discouragement. One of the greatest challenges of quiet focus is overcoming the fear of being overlooked. We live in a world where visibility is often equated with value, but this is a false measure of worth. True success doesn't come from being seen. It comes from being effective. A tree doesn't announce its growth, yet it stretches toward the sky with every passing season. Similarly, your work doesn't need constant acknowledgement to have value. Trust that your efforts will bear fruit in their time. Proverbs 16 verse 3 offers us a powerful reminder. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. When we place our trust in God, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that our work is guided by His purpose. This trust frees us from the need to control every outcome or seek approval from others. It allows us to focus on the process, knowing that the results are in His hands. Another benefit of quiet focus is the opportunity to surprise others with your success. When you reveal a finished work instead of a work in progress, the impact is far greater. Think of the sculptor unveiling a masterpiece or the farmer presenting an abundant harvest. The silence during the creation wasn't emptiness, it was preparation. And when the time came to share the results, they spoke louder than any words ever could. This doesn't mean you have to work in isolation forever. There will come a time to share your work, celebrate your progress, and invite others into your journey. But this time should be guided by wisdom and purpose, not the need for validation. By waiting until your work is strong enough to stand on its own, you protect its integrity and ensure that it's ready to make the impact you envision. So how do we cultivate this kind of focus? It begins with setting boundaries around your time and energy. Identify the hours when you're most productive and guard them fiercely. Turn off distractions, limit unnecessary conversations, and create a space where you can work without interruption. Write down your goals and keep them visible as a daily reminder of what you're working toward. Most importantly, commit your work to prayer, asking God for guidance and strength. As we reflect on these principles, it's important to remember that success is a journey, not a destination. Every small step you take, every quiet moment of effort, brings you closer to the vision God has placed in your heart. Celebrate these moments privately, knowing that they are building something far greater than any applause could ever provide. In closing, quiet focus is not a retreat from the world, it's a strategic choice to prioritize what truly matters. By guarding your time, protecting your vision, and committing to steady, disciplined effort, you create the conditions for success to flourish. Trust the process, embrace the silence, and let your results speak louder than your words ever could. Walking boldly in your purpose begins with a mindset shift. It's about understanding that success isn't about being seen, it's about being faithful. When we stop chasing validation and start focusing on what truly matters, we unlock a power that transforms not only our work, but also our hearts. This is the essence of humility, not thinking less of ourselves, but thinking of ourselves less. It's about aligning our efforts with God's will, trusting that He is working behind the scenes to establish our plans. Proverbs 16 verse 3 reminds us, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." This commitment is an act of faith. It's a declaration that we trust God's timing, guidance, and provision. It frees us from the need to control every outcome or seek approval from others. Instead, we can focus on the work itself, knowing that the results are in His hands. This trust doesn't mean we sit back and wait for success to fall into our laps. On the contrary, it calls us to action, to step into our purpose with boldness and discipline. Each day, we're presented with opportunities to move closer to our goals. These moments may seem small, writing a single page, making a single phone call, taking a single step, but they add up. Over time, these consistent efforts create momentum, and momentum is what transforms potential into results. But how do we sustain this momentum? The key is to focus on the process, not the outcome. Success isn't a single event. It's the cumulative result of countless small actions taken over time. When we embrace this truth, we free ourselves from the pressure of perfection and the fear of failure. Instead, we can approach each day with a spirit of curiosity and resilience, knowing that every step we take is part of a larger journey. This journey is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, detours, and moments of doubt. But these challenges are not failures, they're opportunities for growth. Each obstacle you face is a chance to learn, refine your approach, and strengthen your resolve. When you work in silence, you give yourself the space to navigate these challenges without the added weight of external expectations. Jesus exemplified this resilience throughout His ministry. He faced opposition, doubt, and betrayal, yet He never wavered in His mission. His focus was unshakable, His actions purposeful. In John 10 verse 25, He said, "The works I do in my Father's name testify about me." His results spoke for themselves, leaving no room for doubt about His purpose. This quiet confidence is a powerful example for us as we pursue our own paths. As you walk boldly in your purpose, remember that your actions will always speak louder than your words. A completed work of business launched, a book written, a goal achieved needs no explanation. It stands as a testament to your focus, perseverance, and faith. Let your results be your voice, and let them inspire others to pursue their own God-given visions. This approach also invites us to redefine success. In a world that measures worth by applause, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But true success isn't about recognition, it's about impact. It's about using your gifts to serve others, to bring glory to God, and to leave the world better than you found it. When you focus on these higher purposes, you'll find a fulfillment that no amount of external validation can provide. Another important element of walking boldly in your purpose is gratitude. Success isn't a solo journey, it's a collaboration between you and the divine. Every opportunity, every breakthrough, every step forward is a gift from God. When we approach our work with gratitude, we cultivate a spirit of humility and openness. We recognize that our efforts are part of a larger plan, and this perspective keeps us grounded as we move forward. Gratitude also strengthens our resilience. When we face challenges, it's easy to become discouraged. But when we focus on the blessings in our lives, we shift our perspective from lack to abundance. This shift fuels our determination and reminds us of the progress we've already made. It's a powerful reminder that every step, no matter how small, is bringing us closer to the vision God has placed in our hearts. Finally, walking boldly in your purpose means sharing your success with intention. When the time is right, your results will naturally command attention. This is your opportunity to inspire others not by boasting, but by sharing your journey with authenticity and humility. Your story has the power to encourage someone else to take that first step, to persevere through challenges, and to trust in the process. Think of a candle lighting another candle. The first flame doesn't diminish, it multiplies. In the same way, your success has the potential to ignite hope and determination in others. By sharing your light, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own achievements. This is the beauty of walking boldly in your purpose. It's not just about your journey. It's about the impact you can have on the world. As we close this series, take a moment to reflect on the dreams God has placed in your heart. Are you nurturing them in silence, protecting them with discretion, and pursuing them with quiet focus? Are you committing your plans to the Lord and trusting in His timing? If not, today is the perfect time to start. Success isn't about how fast you move or how much attention you gain. It's about staying faithful to the purpose you were created for. Thank you for walking with me through this journey. If this series has blessed you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement. Leave a comment below sharing how these principles have inspired you. And let's continue to grow together in faith, purpose, and quiet determination. Remember, the work you do today in silence will speak volumes tomorrow. God bless you as you walk boldly in His purpose. See you next time.